Hi everyone, today I'll solve the questions in the past paper IGCSE Mathematics 0580 in May-June 2023, and this is question paper 21. Question 1. CDE is a straight line. Find angle ADE. ADE is this angle. And to find the size of this red angle, we need to find the size of the angle ADC first. ADC is an angle in the quadrilateral ABCD. So ADC plus the other three angles equals 360 degrees, because the four angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. From this, we know that the angle ADC is equal to 360 subtract the other three angles. So it is equal to 129 degrees. 360 subtract 56, 104, and 71. So this angle is 129 degrees. After that, we see that the angle ADC and the angle ADE are the angles on a straight line, so they add up to 180 degrees. To find the measurement of the angle ADE, we subtract 129 from 180, so the answer is 51 degrees. Question 2. A train journey starts at 21:43. It takes 8 hours and 32 minutes. So find the time the journey finishes. So we add up 21:43 and 8 hours 32 minutes. 21 plus 8 is 29. 43 plus 32 is 75. Then we split 75 into 1 hour and 15 minutes. So 1 hour plus 29 is 30 hours and 15 minutes. And 30 hours means, one day has 24 hours. So 30 hours minus 24 hours is 6:15 the next day. So the answer is 6:15 the next day. Question 3. The diagram shows a straight line intersecting two parallel lines. These are two parallel lines. Find the value of A and the value of B, giving a geometrical reason for each answer. First, you see that the angle A is equal to 58 degrees because they are vertically opposite angles. And then we find the size of the angle B. B and A are co-interior angles. Here it is. They are co-interior angles, so they will add up to 180 degrees, which means B is equal to 180 minus the angle A equals 122 degrees. So we write 122 degrees because they are co-interior angles. And co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. Question 4. By writing each number in the calculation correct to one significant figure, work out an estimate for the value of this expression. You must show on your working. 6.7 correct to one significant figure is 7, because the first significant digit is in the units place. Then 2.1 is rounded to 2. And then 18, the first significant digit is in the tens place, so we route it to the nearest tens. And 18 is routed to 20. We route it up. Finally, for the last number, we route it to the nearest whole number, which is 6. And 7 times 2 is 14. 20 minus 6 is also 14. So this expression is equal to 1. Question 5. Eric has 4 colors of pens. The table shows the probability that he uses each color. Find the value of x. You know the probability of all of these colors should add up to 1. So to find the value of x, we subtract the other 3 numbers from 1. 0.3, 0.35, and 0.13. So the answer of this is 0.22. Question 6. Calculate the volume of a sphere with diameter 4.8 centimeters. Knowing that the formula for the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. You see that to find the volume, we need to know the value of the radius. So first, I'll find the radius. It is half of the diameter, which is half of 4.8 equals 2.4 centimeters. After that, we'll find the volume using the formula 4/3 pi r cubed. R is 2.4. So the answer for this is 57.9 cubic centimeters. Question 7. The scale of a map is 1 to 125,000. On a map, the length of an island is 9.4 centimeters. So calculate the actual length. This is the length on the map. And now we need to find the actual length. Giving your answer in kilometers. First, we see that we need to find the actual length by multiplying 9.4 by 125,000. And the units of this will be centimeter. And then we'll convert from centimeter to kilometers. You know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. We multiply this by 1,000. And then to convert from meter to centimeters, we multiply it by 100. So to convert from centimeters to kilometers, we need to divide it by 100,000. So after I multiply this, I also need to divide it by 100,000. And the answer for this is 11.75 kilometers. Question 8. A. The nth term of a sequence is 10 minus n squared. Write down the first 3 terms. For the first term, n equals 1, then 10 minus 1 squared equals 10 minus 1 equals 9. For n equals 2, 10 minus 2 squared is 6. And then for the third term, 10 minus 3 squared is 1. So the first 3 terms are 6, 9, 6, and 1. B. These are the first 4 terms of another sequence. Find an expression for the nth term of this sequence. We see that 7 plus 3 equals 10. 10 plus 3 equals 13. And 13 plus 3 equals 16. So the first difference is equal, which means this is a linear sequence. And the general form of a linear sequence is A and plus B. A is the common difference. In this case, it is 3. And you also know that B is T0, which means the term before the first term. In this case, to find B, we will need to think about which number add 3 equals 7. It is 4. So B is equal to 4. And Thus, the answer is AN plus B. AN means 3N plus B means plus 4. So the answer is 3N plus 4. Question 9. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Calculate the value of H. We see that these two triangles are similar, which means the side AC is corresponding to the side DF, and the side BC is corresponding to the side EF. So we have the ratio 5.6 over 7.2 is equal to H over 8.1. And to find the value of H, we cross-multiply 5.6 and 8.1. Then we divide it by 7.2. So the answer is 6.3 centimeters. Question 10. Without using a calculator, work out 2 1/7 divided by 5/9. First, we need to convert the mixed number into a fraction. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. So the mixed number is equal to 15 over 7 divided by 5/9. To divide a fraction by another fraction, we need to multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction, which means we multiply by 9 over 5. Then, we see that we can cancel 15 and 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3 and 1. So, the calculation becomes 3 times 9 over 7 times 1. 3 times 9 is 27 over 7. And notice that we need to write the answer as a mixed number in simplest form. So, 27 divided by 7 equals 3. Remainder 6. So the answer is 3 6/7. Question 11. Describe the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. So we see that this is an enlargement. And in an enlargement, we need to find two things. The first one is the center. We need to know the center. And the second thing is the scale factor. Scale factor. To find the center, you join the corresponding points together. For example, this vertex is corresponding to this vertex, so we need to join them together. And then, this vertex is corresponding to this vertex, so we also join them together. And we see that they meet at the point 0, 7. So the center is 0, 7. Next, we'll find the scale factor. Remember that the scale factor K is always equal to the distance from the center to the image over the distance from the center to the origin. In this case, A is the origin and B is the image. So the distance from the center to the image is 4 units. And then the distance from the center to the origin is 2 units. So in this case, it is equal to 4 over 2, which is 2. So the scale factor is 2. And if you want to check again, you can also use these two vertex. The distance from the center to this vertex is 8 units. And then the distance from this vertex to the origin is 4 units. So you can also say it is equal to 8 over 4 equals their own equals to. B. Find the transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle C. Obviously, it is a rotation, so we need to find the center. For the rotation, we need three things. First, center. Second, how many degrees? The angle is how many degrees. And finally, we also need to know, is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise or anti-clockwise. Or you can write counterclockwise. So we need to find these three. First, let's talk about the center. Notice that this vertex is corresponding to this vertex. And the center to rotate the vertex in triangle A into the vertex in triangle C is this blue center. We can see that this one and this one make a right angle. And this is a right angle in the clockwise direction. So we can say that the center is 3, 1. The angle is 90 degrees. And it is in the clockwise direction. So we remove this. Question 12. A. AO, OB, and OC are all radii of the circle. AB is equal to BC. Therefore, triangle AOB is congruent to triangle COB. Draw a ring around the correct criterion for the statement. So, you know that the triangle OAB, this one is a radius. So they have two pairs of equal sides. And then the side AB is also equal to the side BC. So which means they have three pairs of equal sides, which are OA is equal to OC. OB is the common side. And AB is equal to BC. This is given in the question. So they have three pairs of equal sides. So we choose this one, side. B. PQRS are points on the circle, and TQU is the tangent to the circle at Q, which means OQ is perpendicular to TU. PR and SQ intersect at the center of the circle O, and PQ is parallel to SR. PQ is parallel to SR. Angle RQU is 42 degrees. This angle is 42 degrees. Find the angle QSR. We see that the angle RQU, this is the angle formed by the tangent and the chord QR. So it is equal to the angle QSR, because QSR is the angle at the circumference subtended the same chord QR. So QSR is equal to angle RQU equals 42 degrees because this one is the angle subtended the chord QR, and this one is the angle formed by the tangent and the chord QR. So the first answer is 42 degrees. Second, angle PQS. This red angle The red angle and the blue angle are alternate interior angles. Because the side PQ and SR are parallel, PQ is parallel to SR. So PQS is equal to angle QSR because they are alternate interior angles. This means angle PQS is also equal to 42 degrees. Finally, angle POS, this one, the black angle. POS is the angle at the center, so it is twice the angle at the circumference. It is twice the angle at the circumference, which means PQS. So it is twice of 42, which is 84 degrees. Remember, angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. Question 13. Anya invests $6,000 in an account. So this one is P, the amount that we invest, that pays compound interest at a rate of R% per year. At the end of 8 years, this one is T. The account has earned $621.7 in interest. This one is I. Calculate the value of R. You know that in compound interest, we have the formula for the total, which is P multiplied by 1 plus R% onto the power of T. And we also know that the total is equal to the principal plus the interest, right? So we substitute the principal $6,000 multiplied by 1 plus R% onto the power of T. T is 8 years. Then the principal is 6,000 again, and the interest is $621.70. So now we have an equation, and we need to solve this equation to find the value of R. First, I'll write down the left-hand side again. The right-hand side is $6,621.70. Then we'll remove 6,000 by dividing both sides by 6,000. And then I'll also remove the power of 8 by taking the 8th root for both sides. And then I'll remove the number 1 by subtracting both sides by 1. The 8th root of 6,621.70 over 6,000 minus 1. R% means R divided by 100. So to remove the percentage, we'll multiply both sides by 100. So the answer for this is 1.24. Question 14. Y is directly proportional to the square of x plus 3, which means y is equal to k multiplied by x plus 3 all squared. When x equals 2, then y equals 5. So we need to find the value of k. K multiplied by 2 plus 3 all squared. 2 plus 3 is 5, which means 5 squared is 25. So k is equal to 5 divided by 25 equals 1/5. And the expression is y equals 1/5 multiplied by x plus 3 squared. Now we substitute x equals 1 into this. When x is 1, then 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 squared is 16. 16 multiplied by 1/5 is 16 over 5. or you can write 3.2. A bag contains 5 green buttons, 2 blue buttons, and 6 white buttons. Maya takes 2 buttons at random from the bag without replacement. This is very important. Without replacement. Calculate the probability that one button is green and the other is not green. So first we need to know the total number of buttons is 5 plus 2 plus 6 equals 13 buttons. We have 13 buttons in total. So suppose that we want the probability that the first one is green, the second one is not green. Or maybe the first button is not green, but then the second button is green. So we have 2 cases. For the first one, if I want the first button to be green, then the probability is 5 out of 13. And the second button will be, 2 plus 6 is 8. So it is 8 out of 12 because we take it at random without replacement. So after taking one green, we only have 12 buttons left. And for the second cases, we want not green first. So it is 8 out of 13. And then we have 5 green out of 12 buttons left. Actually, these two they have the same numerator and the same denominator. So we can find 5 times 8 and 13 times 2. Then we double it. So the answer is 20 out of 32. We simplify the fraction. Question 16a. Find the magnitude of the vector -4 and 5. So the magnitude is equal to -4 squared plus 5 squared in the square root, and the answer is 6.40. B. The diagram shows a triangle OAC. A is the midpoint of the straight line OB. Midpoint. OA is equal to X and OC is equal to Y. So the vector AB is also X. Find the vector CB in terms of X and Y. You know that the vector CB is equal to vector CO plus vector OB. I'll use the point O. CO is the inverse of the vector OC. So it is negative vector OC. And OB is twice the vector OA. So this one is equal to -y plus 2 times x. So the answer is 2x minus y. Question 17. Simplify this expression. First, we'll split it into 2 parts. The number part 81 to the power of 3/4 and x to the power of 12 to the power of 3/4. For the number part, 81 to the power of 3/4 means the fourth root of 81 to the power of 3. The fourth root of 81 is 3. 3 cubed is 27. And then for the variable part, x is equal to, we will multiply 12 and 3/4 together. 12 times 3 is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So this is x to the power of 9. The answer is 27x to the power of 9. Question 18. The diagram shows the position of 3 towns U, V, and W. U is due west of V, which means this one is a right angle. And angle UVW is 125 degrees. 125 degrees. Calculate the bearing of U from W. The bearing of U from W, which means we'll start from W and we'll move clockwise until we touch the line W, U. This blue angle is the bearing of the U from W. To find the blue angle, first, we look at the triangle UVW. We see some angles and the opposite sides, so we will apply the sin rule. Sin rule says that sin 125 degrees over the opposite side, 62.4, is equal to the angle, I'll say the small angle W, which is sin UWV. This angle, this small red angle, over the opposite side, 27.3 kilometers. From this, we can find sin UWV by multiplying 27.3 by sin 125 degrees over 62.4. And then we can find the angle UWV using the inverse of sin 27.3 sin 125 degrees over 62.4. So this one is equal to 21 degrees. So this red angle is 21 degrees. And now look at the triangle UVW. The three angles U plus V plus W, the small w, they should add up to 180 degrees because they are the angles in a triangle. So the angle U is equal to 180 minus 125 and 21 degrees. So the angle U is equal to 34 degrees. This one is 34 degrees. And then we see that U is due west of V. So we can find this black angle by subtracting 34 from 90 equals 56 degrees. This one is 56 degrees. Then, if I extend this line, I will see that this one is also 56 degrees because they are the corresponding angles. They are the corresponding angles in the angles in parallel lines. So, if I know that this angle is also 56 degrees and this angle is 180 degrees, then the bearing is 56 plus 180. The bearing is equal to 56 plus 180 equals 236. So the answer is 236. Question 19a. On the diagram, sketch the graph of y is equal to cos of x for x from 0 to 360 degrees. First, we'll write a table of value for x and y. When x is equal to 0, cos 0 is 1. When x is equal to 90 degrees, cos 90 degrees is 0. Cos of 180 degrees is negative 1. Cos of 270 degrees is 0. And cos of 360 degrees is 1. So we plot these points. 0, 1. 90, 0. 180, negative 1. 270, 0. 360, 1. So I'll join these points together. B. Solve the equation 5 cos x plus 3 equals 0. First, I'll remove the number 3 by subtracting 3 from both sides. Then, I'll divide both sides by 5 to get the value of cos of x. This is negative 0.6. Then we see that we have two lines. The first line is y equals cos of x. This is what we draw already. And now we need to draw the line y is equal to negative 0.6. We need these two lines. Y is equal to negative this is negative 0.5. So negative 0.6 is around here. Negative 0.6. So this blue line cuts the graph at 2 points. The first point is here. To find the first point, we need to find the inverse of cos of negative x. To find the first point, we need to find the inverse of cos of negative 0.6, which is 126.9 degrees. So the first one is 126.9. And we know that the distance from 0 to 126.9 is the same as from the second point to 360. This one is also 126.9. So to find the value of this, we'll subtract 360. We'll subtract 126.9 from 360. So the answer is 233.1 degrees. So we have two answers, 126.9 and 233.1. Question 20. The table shows some values for y equals 3x squared minus 2x minus 1. A. Complete the table. To do this, we'll substitute y equals 3 times your x is negative 0.5. So this is x squared minus 2x. X is negative 0.5 minus 1. So this is equal 0.75. So the first value is 0.75. And we do the same for the second value. For this, y is equal to 3 multiplied by 0.5 squared minus 2 times 0.5 minus 1. So the answer is negative 1.25. B. On the grid, draw the graph of y equals 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 for x from negative 1 to 1.5. So we need to plot all of these points in the table. The first is negative 1, 4. Negative 1, 4. The second point is negative 0.5, 0.75. Negative 0.5. 0.75 is here. Next, 0, negative 1. 0, negative 1 is here. Next point, 0.5, negative 1.25. Negative 1.25, this point. The next point, 1, 0, it's here. Finally, 1.5, 2.75. Here it is. And now we'll join all of these points together. It's a parabola. C. By drawing a suitable straight line, solve the equation 3x squared minus 4x minus 2 equals 0. So let's look back to the line that we have. The line is y equals 3x squared minus 2x minus 1. So based on this, we'll try to convert this into that one. 3x squared. I'll keep 3x squared. Instead of writing negative 4x, I'll write minus 2x, then minus 2x, because I want to keep minus 2x like the one in the graph. And then, instead of writing minus 2, I'll write minus 1, minus 1. Because I need 3x squared minus 2x minus 1. And then, I will move 2x and 1 to the right-hand side. I will add 2x plus 1 to both sides, like this. So the solution for this equation will be the intersection of two lines. The first line is the one that we drew. And the second line is the one we are gonna draw. Y equals 2x plus 1. To draw the line y equals 2x plus 1, we'll write a table of values. If x is 0, y is 1. And if x is 1, y is 2 plus 1 equals 3. So I'll plot the point 0, 1, and 1, 3. 0, 1, and 1, 3. Now join these 2 points together. So we see that the blue line cuts the red line at this point. So this point is actually the solution of the equation. And we see that this is negative 0.1, negative 0.2, negative 0.3, negative 0.4. So this solution is around negative 0.375. Negative 0.375. Or you can write any values from negative 0.35 to negative 0.45. Question 21. A curve has an equation y equals x cubed minus 12x. A. Find the gradient of the curve at the point 1, negative 11. Actually, we just care about the x. So to find the gradient, first we need to find the derivative of this. The derivative of x cubed is 3x squared. The derivative of 12x is only 12. So the gradient of the curve at the point 1, negative 11, which means when x equals 1, then the gradient is 3 times 1 squared minus 12. 3 minus 12 is negative 9. B. Find the coordinates of the turning points of the curve. To find the turning points of the curve, we'll let the derivative to be 0, which means 3x squared minus 12 is equal to 0. I will add 12 to both sides. Then I divide both sides by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And if x squared is equal to 4, then x can be 2 or x can be negative 2. When x equals 2, we'll substitute into this to find the value of y. Y is equal to 2 cubed minus 12 times 2. This is 8 minus 24, which is negative 16. Or y is equal to negative 2 cubed minus 12 times negative 2. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8. Negative 8 minus negative 24 means negative 8 plus 24. So it is equal to 16. So the two coordinates are 2, negative 16 or negative 2, 16. This is the end of the test.